Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. The big news for today is Cyclone Sitrang that is bringing a lot of devastation in our neighboring nation of Bangladesh and is resulting in major rainfall in northeast part of the country. But before we go deeper into the details about Cyclone Sitrang, just a reminder, today is Wednesday, meaning that 8 p.m. on our YouTube channel you will be able to catch this week's International Relations episode. Make sure that you tune in at 8 p.m. where we will be covering the most important news stories regarding international relations at 8 p.m. on our YouTube channel. Also, I hope by now you are all a part of our Telegram channel. If you have still not joined it, do click on the link given in the description of the video to get all the latest current affairs updates about the UPSC examination. Now let's begin. As we had discussed, Cyclone Sitrang has been in the news for about a week or so. The IMD, that is the Indian Meteorological Department, had been expecting that the cyclone will actually impact the state of West Bengal and the states of Odisha, Assam, Meghalaya. However, as per the latest news updates, it has actually evaded West Bengal. It has taken away lives of people in Bangladesh, sadly, and it has resulted into very intense rainfall in the northeast part of the country, including Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, etc. As we discussed, the southern districts of West Bengal, including Kolkata, were just impacted with light rain and overcast sky. The cyclone Sitrang was moving towards West Bengal, however, it changed its direction at the last minute and it has killed several people in Bangladesh, but it has thankfully escaped the Indian population. The cyclone is centered around 430 kilometers south of the Sagar Island. Now, as I discussed, it is in the northeastern part of the country, that is states such as Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, where people are seeing a lot of rainfall and waterlogging because of the rainfall that has been brought in by this cyclone. Now, I'm sure all of you would know by now how exactly are the cyclones named. That's a very interesting way of naming it. The name Cyclone Sitrang was actually given by Thailand. So what happens is that the World Meteorological Organization, they actually make groups of different regions. In our North Indian Ocean region, which includes the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, these are the 13 members that are a part of the group that actually give names to the cyclones. So every single year, they actually submit a list of cyclone names from their own end. Like this is the list that India has given: Gati, Tej, Murasu, Ag. Then we have names from Bangladesh: Nisarg, Biparjoy, Arnab, Opakul. Similarly, look at the list given by Thailand. This is Sitrang. That is the name of the cyclone that we have. Now, as and when the cyclones actually emerge in this part of the world, this is the list and this is how it is followed. So the last cyclone that had emerged was actually Asani. The next cyclone that will emerge in the region will be called Mandos. Then next will be Mocha. This is how the naming of the cyclone is done. These are the 13 member nations. This includes Bangladesh, India, Iran, Maldives, Myanmar, Oman, Pakistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, UAE, and Yemen. Their list is submitted, and this is how the names one by one are given to the cyclones that emerge. Now, tropical cyclones by themselves also are a very significant part of your syllabus in Indian geography. Tropical cyclones are violent storms that usually originate in the tropical areas, and that is why this is the name given to them. Now, there are a few exceptions, that is, there are a few cases when tropical cyclones may emerge in non tropical areas as well, but those remain as exceptions. They are very violent and destructive and usually bring in very heavy rainfalls and storm surges. These cyclones only emerge when there is a low pressure weather system and the wind speed is at least 62 km per hour. Now, as you would know, when these cyclones are formed in the northern hemisphere, they rotate in the anti-clockwise direction, while in the southern hemisphere, these cyclones actually take clockwise direction. Tropical, as I said, is the name given because of the place where they originate usually. Also, if you look at India's history with tropical cyclones, unfortunately, we do see a lot of very common tropical cyclones in India year after year. These are mainly formed in the Bay of Bengal. Now, the reason why Bay of Bengal is much more prone to having these cyclones as compared to Arabian Sea is because of the surface temperature of Bay of Bengal. So, higher the surface temperature, more is the probability of these cyclones being formed. And that is why we see that Bay of Bengal usually has much more quantity of these cyclones as compared to the Arabian Sea. Also, the frequency of cyclones in this region is bimodal, meaning that cyclones usually occur in two cycles, one in the month of May and June, and second in the month of October November. As you can see, Cyclone Sitrang is in this particular cycle. This is everything that you needed to know about Cyclone Sitrang. We are hoping that it does not do any more damage to the population or to the property that is in any part of the country or in Bangladesh. Thank you so much for watching the big news. Have a good day ahead.